G'day tankers and YouTubers, Luke here, thank you for watching. I'm going to have to try really hard to remain as diplomatic as possible and keep my professional composure. So if I start to get a little bit heated and sort of, sounding very passionate about what I'm talking about, you'll have to forgive me. Quicky Baby recently made a video called The Future of World of Tanks in 2019. I didn't agree with a lot that he had to say in this video. I haven't had a lot to agree with much of anything that he's had to say recently since his Object 268 version 4 videos. In the Future of World of Tanks 2019, he talks about some tanks that are in the normal standard tech trees that you grind for, and some of the premium tanks that reside in the game, and that he would like to either see them removed or nerfed. One of them being the T67, which is an American Tier 5 tank destroyer, which I am very, very fond of, which is this tank right here. I have a 58% win ratio in it. My crew are working 52% on their third perk. Brothers in Arms on the first one. 6 cents for my commander. What does Quimby Adams have? He's got Deadeye, which increases critical damage. You need to train that 100% before it starts to come into effect. So we've got that at 100%, so he does more critical damage with armor piercing ammunition. Then we've got Camo, situational awareness, which improves his spotting, and then Camo for the loader, and then Camo for the commander at 52%, Camo for the gunner at 52%, clutch braking, which helps the tank turn better, and then Camo for the radio operator, and safe stowage, which prevents the tank from getting ammo racked. He wants this tank nerfed or removed from the game completely because he feels that it's too overpowered. And look, I can just tell you why. I don't need to show you his video because I'd get hit with a copyright claim and all that sort of shit. So, concealment, 817. It is very good at hiding in bushes and shooting without being spotted, especially if you are training up a camo trained crew. If I had, for the second perk, all 100% camo trained crew, this concealment would probably be up around maybe 920, 930, maybe even getting close to 950. I'm not quite sure. Actually, if I were using Cola, 10% to all crew skills and perks, that it would easily be pushing 950 concealment, which means it would be a very good tank to hide in a bush. He believes that this is overpowered because it can see it's a 2-tier spread, right? So from tier 5, it'll go to tier 4s and 3s, and then from tier 5, it will go to 6s and 7s, right? So it's got a 2-tier spread either way of tier 5. So if you get put into a tier 7 match, right, and you have to fight this T28 concept, which has vehicle details, 203mm of hull armor. It's got a tier 7 105mm gun, which has 181mm of penetration and hits for 320 damage. I can tell you right now, from speaking from personal experience, because I own the T28 concept, if I load a HE shell into this 105mm cannon and shoot it at this T67 here with its open top turret, and let's see how much armor it has. 12mm of hull armor and 25mm of on the turret. So let's go ahead and take a look at HE shells. Average penetration 53mm, average damage 315 to 520 damage. So when you shoot a high explosive shell at this T67 here with an open top turret and very thin armor, it's going to pen it every single time, and you have the possibility to, it only has vehicle details. How much, how much durability? 360 hit points. This will hit anywhere from 315 to 525 damage with a high explosive shell. You are going to one-shot this tank, I can tell you right now, from playing the T28 concept and fighting a T67 and playing the T67 trying to fight a T28, you're going to get one shot every single time. When you're in the Hellcat fighting a T67, you have more hit points. You have a tier 7 gun, a tier 7 90mm gun, 160mm of penetration, 240 damage. You're going to two-shot the T67 every time. When you are in a tier 7 battle and you have to fight against, where is it? The T29, when you have to fight against this thing also has a 105mm cannon. Like, I don't need to keep going around in circles here. I can tell you right now that, like, all these tanks, like, let's take a look at the let's go down to the actually, let's take a look at an on-tier tank, right? Let's take a look at the PZK PFW, this thing here with 105mm tier 5 derp gunning. Average damage, average penetration 64, easily going to penetrate with high explosive, the T67, every single time. 350 damage with a high explosive round. You're going to one-shot the T67 every time you hit it. Let's take a look at the KV. Where's the KV1? Another tier 5 tank. Here's the KV1, right? I run because I've got brains, I run the 85mm cannon, 120 damage per shot, 120 penetration and 160 damage. When you're fighting this tank, you really want the 85mm gun. The 122mm derp is no good. However, if you are running the KV1 with 122mm derp, you have, with high explosive rounds, 61mm of penetration, more than enough to pen the T67, and you have 450 damage, more than enough to one-shot the T67. Okay, so the trade-off is that this is a big tank with a lot of armor, and if you're running the derp gun, you're going to one-shot a lot of tanks like the T67. However, the trade-off is that the T67, although it doesn't have any armor, it's quite a fast and agile tank. It's got a really good camo rating, and the tier 6 76mm gun has a really good damage per minute. It shoots really fast. It shoots one shot every 3 seconds. So, you know, like if you're hiding in a bush and this tank is trying to look for you, you're going to outspot this tank every time, and you're going to be able to get a lot of rounds off before this tank is able to spot you. However, if this tank does get within your view range, spots you, and unloads the derp cannon on you, you're going to be one-shotted. So that's the trade-off, right? Like, so I have the ability in the T67 to hide in a bush, shoot unspotted, and just delete this thing before he can spot me. Or if he does spot me, he's going to shoot me with the derp gun and one-shot me. That's the trade-off. It's no need to be nerfed whatsoever. Oh, but when you've only talked about on tier and tiers above the T67, well, that's because that's what I fight. Predominantly, most of my battles in my T67 are never against tier 3s and 4s. It's always against tier 5s, 6s, and 7s. I rarely ever get on tier or lower tier battles. See, I'm getting very annoyed. I'm getting very frustrated, right? Like, so let's take a look at the this SU-85, right? This SU-85 here, vehicle details. If you were to fight this SU-85, which is a tier 4 Russian tank destroyer, against the T67, okay, this has a 85mm cannon. I can tell you right now, these HE shells here, if you come up against the T67 in this SU-85, load HE, and you will absolutely pop that T67 like nobody's business, right? That's all you've got to do in this tank. So if you're complaining in your SU-85, oh, I fought against a T67 the other day and, you know, he out-DPM'd me before I could DPM you, well, you can't, like, player skill, you can't nerf someone's player skill just because you got out damaged, right? Then second, this is a tier 4 tank. Go and complain to Wargaming that you're seeing tanks that are, you know, higher than the tier you're playing, right? They don't really give a shit. No one really gives a shit. We either put up with it or we don't. That's that simple, okay? Like, the World of Tanks is not the game to be a fucking snowflake, right? If you're going to be a snowflake, go play Hello Kitty Island, because we don't care, right? I've been playing this game for 6 years and I put up with it, so you need to, or get the fuck out, right? This SU-100, okay, tier 6 tank, tier 722mm gun. Like, I don't need to keep going around, right? Like, it just, the T67 does not need nerfing, and I'm going to go out into a battle right now and show you guys that that, you know, like, just like, let's see what sort of a battle I can get. 6s and 7s guaranteed every time. That's always what I get in this tank. 8,000 people online, 276 in the queue. Let's get into a battle sometime soon, please, Wargaming. 20 seconds to put me into a battle with 219 people when there's 8,352 people online. And you wonder why you're losing player base, my god. 30 seconds to get into a battle with 230 people in queue. 40 seconds to get into a battle in 2018 when the game's been released for 6 years. See? 6s and 7s. See what I'm saying? Like, Quicky baby, what fucking drugs are you on, dude? You want to nerf the T67 when I get battles like this, when I have to fight a KV2 and Tiger 1s? What? Wait, what? What are you talking about, dude? What the fuck are you talking about? You want to see the T67 nerfed? Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. You know who Quicky baby caters to? He caters to the snowflakes, right? He makes his videos to the snowflakes that, you know, are new to the game or that just don't fucking get it yet. And, you know, they complain and, oh, Quicky baby, I was in this tank the other day and Quicky baby makes a video going, Wargaming, my fans are getting, you know, they're playing these tanks and like, dude, how the fuck did you get 570,000 subscribers? Probably not being as toxic as hell like me, but pandering to a bunch of fucking snowflakes. Come on, man. Come on. We all have to play the game and put up with the bullshit, so don't fucking cater to snowflakes, because I never will, and never have. I don't want to overextend here, which I'm probably going to, right? But I'm going to pull up in this bush here. My sixth sense hasn't gone off. We're good. Hopefully I'm going to be able to spot down this line here for my tank destroyers back there. Right, I've scouted, I've used my speed and mobility because this thing is a small, light, mobile tank to get in here and hopefully spot for my team because none of the light tanks seem to be doing that. So then now I take that upon myself. And hopefully these guys all push up knowing that I've got a really far view range with my camo net and my binocs and my situational awareness, and I'm spotting right down this line. Keep going, guys. Keep going. Oh, there we go. There's their Oni. Shoot him. Shoot him, guys. 30 spot damage. There we go. There we go. Oh, see? That tank's overpowered. You're sitting in a bush and you can spot him, but he can't spot you. That's the way of the fucking game, dude. That's the mechanics of the game. I'm doing my job. This is how it's meant to work. You sit into a bush like this with your camo net, boom, he's gone. 1100 spot damage. See, that tank's overpowered. No, it's working as intended. This, like, your team has a 3-0 lead because, see, 3-0 lead. Your team has a 4-0 lead and you've got 2200 spot damage. That's exactly how your tank's overpowered. If I was in a light tank, if I was in the T50-2, or if I were in a chaffee, it would be the same thing. If I were in my chaffee, I would have sped to this bush with my fuel and my brothers in arms crew, and I would have spotted him just the same. It's no difference. If Wargaming changed the T67 to the point where it only saw 4s and 5s, then yes, 100%, most definitely, I would agree that it would probably need a little bit of adjusting. However, you're still fighting against the SU-85, the KV-1 with the derp gun, and like even a Hetzer can one-shot this T67, and it's a tier 4 tank. Like, so it's not overpowered. It's perfectly balanced, right? It doesn't need any adjusting whatsoever. There are tanks that can counter this. So pretty much, if you watch this video and you still think that the T67 needs to be nerfed, what you're essentially saying is that my skill level needs to be nerfed. Like the skill of me playing the tank, because I know how it works and I have a 58% win ratio in it, you're saying that I need to be nerfed, like me personally, because I play the tank how it's meant to be played. It's fucking ridiculous, dude. Like, dude, don't comment, don't subscribe to my channel. If you have that sort of mentality, don't comment or subscribe to my channel. I don't want that sort of bullshit fucking mentality around here, right? Only intelligent people and logical thinking people subscribe to my channel. Don't subscribe to my channel if that's your way of thinking. And there's artillery. There's their... Okay, I spotted those tanks. My sixth sense hasn't gone off because there's bushes in between me and them. and now I'm spotted, and he missed. And I didn't pen I didn't pen an artillery, mind you. My tank's overpowered, right? Like I couldn't even pen the artillery because running random number generator decided, well, you've got 2200 spot damage. You don't need to get any damage, especially against an artillery round. Oh, see, there you go. Ammo racked me and almost one-shot me. Took away half my hit points. If he had have shot me again, I would have been dead. Right? Mind you, I shot him twice and he still has full health. How is this tank overpowered? How? How is it overpowered? Please tell me. I don't get it. Oh, because you see tier 3s and 4s and it can easily out-dominate them. It's just the fucking way of the road, dude. It's just the way of the road. I don't want to hear that. We all have to deal with it. We all have to fight out tiered. It's just the way it is, right? You can play, like, let's nerf the E100 because when you fight against the T32 can't penetrate it even with gold rounds, barely, from the front. Like, dude, I don't, like, I tried to say as diplomatic and professional composure as possible, but everyone has their limit and I reached mine because I'm very fond of this tank because it's a really good tank. Anyways, guys, that is going to round it up for this video. Thank you for watching. Till the next one. Have a lovely Christmas and New Year's and all that sort of stuff. Actually, let's see what my battle stats were. 31,000 credits, 2,000 experience. Not bad. Not a bad little money maker for a standard tank. It's a good little money maker. Look at all this. Look at all this triple crew XP for victories, random battles fought, XP credits, care package Bravo, all these, you know, completed fire under General Eisenhower, whatever that is, care package daily, like team score. Let's take a look at our team score. What was my base experience? 616 base experience. And the next two people that came even close to my base experience were the tier 7 tanks. This tank is perfectly balanced considering what you have to fight against. None of the other tier 6s or 5s even got anywhere near close to my experience because I know how to play it personally. You can't nerf my skill and my knowledge of a tank. You just can't. Thank you for watching. Bye.